Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. Sharif Ishaq from WDSU talking all things New Orleans. Sharif, how are you?
We're so back. You won't let me talk about it, but we're so back.
Who's back?
We're back. Baseball team is so back.
The Saints baseball team?
Yep, the Saints baseball team is so back.
Let me talk about the Saints, and then we can talk about some baseball. Today, the reports were that Trevor Penning may be working at right tackle, Taliese Fuaga may be working at left tackle. What do you hear when you hear that?
Well, during the offseason leading up to the OTAs, Dennis Allen said it would be a clean slate for Trevor Penning, and it was correct. He said it today. It's a clean slate for him. They're just going to see how it goes. They're going to put him at right tackle for right now and see how it goes. John Benton, the offensive line coach, said the same exact thing. They want to work him there and see if they can get the most out of him there and put Taliese Fuaga at left tackle. And if it works, it works. If not, then they're just going to have to figure it out, maybe move Fuaga back to right tackle. But that's what they're going with for now, and maybe it works out. And in the first-round pick they made in 2022, it actually works out for them.
So reports were today that David Bakhtiari, who's been an all-pro with the Packers and is a free agent, got a pretty good bill of health today. I wouldn't suggest he was like he was when he was 24, but looks like he's trending towards playing next year in the NFL. Would you approve of the Saints signing David Bakhtiari to a one-year deal to play left tackle as an insurance policy, or maybe a guy that could be an upgrade for you?
I mean, look, Hunt, it doesn't hurt at this point. You've got to do your homework, and if Bakhtiari's the guy, bring him in. Why not? They brought Lucas Patrick in just to give them some depth along the line, but that's more interior than tackle position. So it won't hurt, Hunt. Honestly, I would take my shot at it. I mean, if he works out, he works out. If not, it's a cheap signing, and you cut him at the end of training camp. So why not? I always say why not when it comes to this offensive line. That could be the biggest mystery as they go into the off-season pro workouts and into training camp.
Let's play hypotheticals, because if Trevor Penning goes out there at right tackle and looks great and is your starting right tackle, well, then there's no discussion to be had. He's the right tackle. Let's go. But on the other side, there becomes a discussion, because if he goes out there and right tackle and can't play in training camp in the first preseason game, two preseason games, at what point do the Saints just wash their hands and go, okay, we're going to start looking at other options and you can be a healthy scratch?
I would think it would be during preseason games, training camp. I mean, I just don't think they're going to go they're not going to give him that long of a leash. I know they try and experiment everything with him this off season. The leash isn't going to be long, Hunt. I mean, he's had, 2 seasons now, and I know they don't want to give up on a first round pick and an investment because they traded up to do it. I just think the leash won't be that long for him. If it doesn't work out at right tackle, they'll just say, you know what, wash our hands with it. We tried, we messed up, we admit it, and we're going to move on from Trevor Penning. It just did not work out. It has to be during training camp in the preseason games.
We'll see. I mean, it's not there yet. It's just that's the interesting hypothetical. It's not interesting if he wins the right tackle job. That's great, but we don't have anything to talk about like he's a right tackle. The interesting variable there is do you move him into guard as your swing guy? I don't know at what point you decide, well, we're just not gonna deal with it. Obviously, Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen have spoken a little bit, whether it's the golf tournament yesterday or at OTAs today. Anything pique your interest those guys have had to say?
I would say that, Chase Young Dennis said that he's coming along. We won't see him anytime soon. I think we expected that you wouldn't see him maybe until a couple weeks into training camp. And maybe his diagnosis gets better before training camp with the neck surgery that he had after they signed him. Other than that, I mean, the schedule, I mean, the back end of the schedule and the start of the schedule is going to be tough for them. And, just the idea of the draft picks. We haven't talked to Mickey Loomis since the draft happened, completed. So, I mean, they were going for an offensive lineman in the first round. They never really were chasing Spencer Rattler. It just so happens he was there in the fifth round and they took a shot at him today. Didn't have a great day today. Threw a pick and almost threw a second pick. Jake Haener looked pretty good in today's OTA. But other than that, it wasn't anything crazy that stands out. Cam Jordan also talked about we can't lose this game to Sean Payton. We know who Sean Payton is. Made a joke about how, I may not have the game circled. I have this game circled on my calendar. you know, it's fine. And he's made a couple, just could be sarcastic. Think he has it circled and he's ready. But other than that, man, I mean, that's just kind of, they're excited for the OTAs. They just want to see what, Clint Kubiak and the new offense will do moving on after this practice and next week when we get to see him again on Tuesday.
For me, the most interesting piece to it was Loomis talking about going through the offseason conserving resources. That's the first time I've felt like they've acknowledged that, and I feel like that's a positive for the direction of the organization. It may not be the most fun thing Saints fans have ever gone through, but it feels like a change in philosophy.
Yeah, it's getting the books back in order. It's a smart move. It's something they probably wanted to do years ago, but couldn't because they were still in this whole we can win now mode. I just think that, they can feel like they can maybe compete, but they're not thinking we're in this Super Bowl win now mode. It's more of let's not let this thing catch fire and become a bottom 5 team in the NFL mode. They're just trying to keep it afloat, and so they can get the books completely fixed, and they can go shopping, not bargain shopping, real shopping, not on a clearance rack, going after actual real players that can make this team a real contender down the line.
He's Sharif Ishaq, WDSU, down there in New Orleans. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.